I'm Lauren Kelly.
And I'm Chelsea Beers, and you are listening to...
It's ApPARENT. Because for some people, it's just not obvious.
A weekly podcast where we discuss and laugh about parenting, all the joys and sorrows, and all the special parts of us that died as individuals while drinking booze.
Cheers!
42.
It's me and you on 42.
Episode number 42.
We made it.
Happy 2018.
What? I can't even believe it.
It's crazy.
I legit just started getting used to writing 17 on my paper.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm writing the date less and less. Never mind.
Because you're like not doing any paperwork ever.
Because I'm not an adult. No, I feel like I don't know. I get used to writing the date later and later and later in life. And so, yeah, I get used to writing the date. And then it's like, Happy New Year.
Do you do New Year's resolution?
Nope.
No? Just...
Nope.
Nothing.
Episode
Never?
over. Nope. Mm-mm.
No, never?
No. I don't do them because I feel like if I'm going to make a change, I should just do it regardless of the date. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point. Good perspective.
And I'm like, if I'm going to do it, great. I'm going to do it. And, I like to set little goals for myself. So instead of, this new year, I'm going to da-da-da-da-da and, change my whole life. It's like, how about just for this week, I'm not going to drink. You know what I mean? Like, I like to set little goals for myself in that way because I feel like they're more attainable.
I feel like I do New Year's resolutions more on my birthday, but it's never going to be, let's not drink for this week, because...
Okay, I was saying that hypothetically.
We do a show in which we literally drink. Sparkling Cosmopolitans. Should we talk about that?
They're in a can.
I'm not a super, cosmopolitan girl anyway. Cosmos, if you guys don't know, is pretty much vodka, cranberry juice, and a little bit of lime in a martini form, so it's shaken, not stirred.
Right.
But we have these, Joya Spirit? Joya.
Joya.
Joya. Spirit.
Joya.
Sparkling Cosmopolitan. Vodka with cranberry, pear, lime, and natural flavors, and carbonated.
It is. It's sparkling. It's fun. It's fresh. But it's in a can, so it's a little weird. I feel like drinking hard cocktails out of a can is just weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
And it was $13 a 4-pack.
I mean, but the alcohol's pretty high.
What is it?
7%.
Oh, that's legit.
It's
that's
not a Budweiser.
Right.
And I mean, it's made with vodka, so you've got me. It's actually not bad at all. I was worried it might be too sweet.
Yeah, it's not that bad. No, I like it.
I could see doing this on a hot summer day. I mean, cranberry is also a very holiday-ish kind of thing, and coming off the holiday, it's nice to have a little...
Here's a question. How long do you keep your Christmas tree up?
Ooh, that depends on time.
Okay.
Normally...
Well, the whole question's based on time, so just answer the question.
It depends. It depends. I can't say that there hasn't been years that we've gotten, halfway through January and it's still up.
Right. That was a boring story I was just going to launch into.
Go ahead.
I don't want to do it now. Nick and I had a tree up for a ridiculous amount of time, and then we just ended up changing the decorations to follow the holiday that was then coming up.
Oh, that's fun.
So
what? St. Patrick's Day?
Well, Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day. And
Nick is your roommate?
He was my roommate in New York. Yes, that is very true.
Hi, Nick.
And I love him so much. I get to see him in 2 weeks.
Oh.
I know. I'm going to New York.
So much fun.
I know. I'm so excited. It's only for a weekend. It's a very, very short amount of time.
Watch out, New York. She's coming for you.
But I will be there. And we're going to do a karaoke night. We're going to go to medieval times in Jersey.
Oh, so fun.
We are going to, I'm going to do a stand-up. I'm going to do some stand-up while I'm out there in a new club that just opened. And So yeah, I'm hoping to see a lot of people in a 3-day period, but yeah, that's coming up very, very soon. New York, here I come.
You know what? You do like to make fun of me for the holiday cards that I leave up.
Yes, you leave up holiday cards for the entire year.
But that's because most people put pictures on them, their family, their kids.
You know why I think it's a thing is because I've never been a holiday card person.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever sent out one holiday card in my life.
I never have either. I've always wanted to. Since I became part of this family, I've wanted to do the cute little family cards of the kids. And we can't get together for a freaking photograph to save our lives.
Right. I've just never done it. It's never crossed my mind to take pictures and then get copies made and then have, gather everybody's address. I've just literally never done it.
Well, it's really expensive to send a card now, too. I mean, I had a friend of mine, I saw her post on Facebook. She got all of hers returned to her because they were supposed to be 70 cents a piece purchase or postage.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine, like, if you have, let's say, 100 people to send that to? That's a lot of money.
I like that you were trying to do the math.
I was, but then I gave up because 7 is an odd number and 100's not. I don't like it. I think regular postage is is it still 41 cents?
I have no idea because I always just buy the forever stamps or the eternity stamps or the.
Dude.
I just always buy those because I can't remember. I can't handle it. The last stamp that I remember the price was $35 because it had 35 on the actual stamp, and now I'm exhausted. I can't think.
That's right.
I don't want to think about how much postage is.
I think I got forever stamps last time I went, but listen to this funny stamp story.
Okay. Who has a funny stamp story?
Me.
That's
I
great.
go to the post office, and this is right around the Christmas, and I say, I need stamps, but I don't want them to be holiday stamps.
Right.
Because I don't want to be pigeonholed to have to use them during the holiday, and I don't want to be that person on Valentine's that's sending out a letter, and it's got a Christmas tree on it.
Right.
So what does the lady hand me? She hands me, it's like Spanish food stamps.
Yeah.
It says flan, chilaquiles, like ceviche, and I'm like, and part of me wanted to say something.
That's amazing.
But I looked around and I thought no, because then I'm going to seem super racist. If I'm like, no, I don't want, no. So now I've got this random.
That's amazing.
Mexican food stamps.
That's hilarious. I love that. I'll trade my stamps with you for the Mexican food because I think it's hilarious.
What are your stamps?
They just say celebrate and it's like a firecracker. I don't know.
Did you buy them in July?
No.
Oh.
They just, Anytime you ask for non-specific stamps, I feel like they choose the ones they have the most of, and they're like, here.
I know.
You're not picky. Take these flan stamps.
Right. I know. And I've got Latin people in my family. My brother-in-law is Latin.
But you can't just give it to him because then that would be the most racist envelope ever
received.
received.
I'm screwed. I'm going to be racist regardless because, I'm putting it on a stamp, on an envelope, and I'm sending it off. It really doesn't matter. You guys, if you get anything from me, a thank you note or whatever, and there's a little flan on it, it is what it is.
Right.
That's
really funny.
Isn't it?
You do have a funny stamp story. There you go. That's not
bad.
I
was hoping that she'd be like, well, which one would you like? We've got this one with Elvis Presley on it, or you could take this one with the butterflies.
The Elvis stamps are a little, I'm over it. He's done. But if I get offered the Black History stamps one more time in my life.
See,
because it's racist. I feel like the stamp suggestions are very racist.
If they hand you those ones and they hand me Mexican ones, I don't know where we all stand.
The fact that they got the word chilaquiles on a stamp is actually very exciting to me. Right. That's fascinating that technology has gotten to that level.
And they're super colorful too. They look like a Mexican blanket, like super
a piñata.
Colorful, which a piñata.
A piñata.
I love it. Actually, I really like the colors. I just felt like stuck in this place where I couldn't say. Actually, can I have something else? Because what I needed stamps for, guys, was my business. Because I sell skincare.
I don't know if you guys know this about Lauren.
Rodan and Fields. It's amazing. If you guys need skincare, holla at your girl. But if you guys get anything from me, it's going to have ceviche on it. Just is what it is.
I love ceviche.
Quesadillas and whatever else.
Here's a fun story.
Yes.
Speaking of Latin words, I recently did, I entertain children's birthday parties. It's something that I do. It's one of my side hustles. I...
Not that kind of child entertainer, guys.
Hey, call it what you will. So I performed at this kid's birthday party, right? And this was an Indian family in Santa Clara, okay? And they had all the Indian food there. They offered me a plate of food. I mean, it was great. And so I was able to eat after I did my show. And then the dad was outside with all the uncles, and they were trying to figure out how to hang the piñata for the kids, right? Because they had a piñata. And one of the Indian moms came out and said, "Oh, they have a piña colada." And I said, "Oh, no, it's not that." And she said, "No, that's piña colada." I said, "It's absolutely not a piña colada." And I had to teach her.
One has candy inside, the other one has alcohol, rum, I believe.
I said, if it's a piña colada, I will stick around. And I did. I had to teach her the difference between piñata and piña colada, which was very, very funny to me.
That's adorable.
It was really sweet. And she thanked me and she gave me a hug. Like, it was so sweet.
She'll never make that mistake again.
Right. And then she said, "Oh, do you speak Spanish?" And I said, "No, I drink." That was my answer. No,
No,
I don't speak
I
Spanish.
actually don't know what that hanging colorful thing is, but I know it ain't a fucking pina colada. That's one thing I do know for sure. Call that what you want, but it is not a blended drink that tastes like pineapple.
So cute.
Adorable.
So, speaking of resolutions, do you have one? Do you have one for this year?
You know, I have a tendency to look at my birthdays as my kind of reflection. I feel
That's
like
what you said, yeah.
We kind of talk about that in the show. No, I don't necessarily make a huge New Year's resolution. However, I am going on a cruise the first weekend in April.
Great.
So I need to work out and put the fork down. So that's, if I had to make one, that's what it would be.
Right. I looked over footage of my birthday roast, which I had.
Yeah, so good.
Which was a blast. It was one of the best birthdays I've ever had. I had one of the most fun times of my life. It was one of my comedy career highlights, without a doubt.
We should really post that.
Okay.
Do you think we should post that?
Yeah, maybe pieces of it. I don't want my whole roast on the thing.
Okay, so
but the reason I'm bringing it up is because I feel like I look incredibly fat in the video. I do, and I'm like, I looked back at the video of it. I was like, I'm really upset that I wore a dress that I feel like I should have worn instead of just what I feel comfortable in, which is like 80s workout clothes. And so I'm like, why didn't I just wear what I felt comfortable in? And
because that dress was awesome.
But I'm a little upset at myself for not dressing the way that I wanted to and dressing the way that I feel like I should. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I was a little bummed out.
So when you put on the dress, were you not comfortable or something?
Not really, because it didn't really fit that well. My boobs were legit falling out. So you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't feel 100%.
Well, that's a shame. I thought you looked gorgeous.
Well, thank you.
And you freaking killed it.
It was super fun. It was a lot of fun. This was a couple weeks ago. And it was amazing. The comics that came, there were a few that dropped out, which I was a little bummed out about. But the comics that came really brought it. And they tore each other to shreds. And my really good friend, Miles Weber, we've talked about him before. He's a comedian that everyone should look up and know. He was very smart in the beginning by telling everybody, hey, I know this is Benicia, and everyone here is kind of nice, but for the next 2 hours, we all need to be assholes.
Yep.
And I think that's really smart to open a roast like that so that nobody gets like
offended or
butthurt. Right. And I don't want people to get upset at comics for making fun of me, because that's why I invited them.
Right. Well, especially since you've got a huge following here. I mean, if people didn't grow up with you or know you from town, right, they have fallen in love with you because of your trivia nights and your comedy that you do a few times a month. So
right,
yeah, it was perfect. I thought it was great. Yeah,
it was very, very well attended, and it was fun.
Maybe
Everyone
one too many Jell-O shots.
Maybe 7 or 8 too many Jell-O shots. I made a lot. Yeah,
I kind of never want to talk about Jell-O again.
Okay. Yeah, we had We had a little too much that night.
Yep. Yep. I like to pride myself on saying I never get hangovers, but that next day I went to work because I'm an adult, and it was awful.
Yes.
I got to work and I was super enthused, aka still drunk. And midway through the day, I was like, shoot me in the face. There wasn't enough water. There wasn't enough greasy food. There wasn't enough of anything to get me through.
Yes.
I'm still recovering. That's how bad it is.
Cheers.
2018.
It's 2018.
That's what I'm going to leave. Did you realize that it's a holiday? Like New Year's Day is a holiday?
New Year's Day or New Year's Eve?
New Year's Day.
Really?
New Year's Eve is not a holiday.
That's interesting.
New Year's Day is an actual holiday. Like,
whose parade is today? It's the Rose Bowl parade, right? The Pasadena one.
Right? Oh, yeah.
The
football. Yeah.
I used to live 1 block away from the parade in Pasadena. And so every New Year's Day, we would just kind of walk down and check it out. And I loved it. People would camp out there.
All night.
All night.
Crazy.
Which is gangster. It's cold as shit.
Cold.
Yeah. And so, we used to watch
not
that.
as cold as like New York or like Minnesota or like Antarctica. But for Californians, Southern California,
right,
on New Year's Eve is fucking cold.
They're babies.
We're all wusses.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys like do on New Year's? Do you guys do anything?
Honestly, I feel like I'm always working.
Oh.
I feel like I'm always working.
Right. Because that's a big, like, going out party, bartendy type situation.
Correct. And I think for me, I'm glad that I have it off. Like, I'm really kind of excited for it, but I don't really know what that's going to feel like.
Result in, or what you guys are going to do, or,
I mean, you can't party all day, right? Because you inevitably are going to have work the next day.
Well, depending. Some people don't.
Well, you could get fired, I guess. I work the next day. No, so I don't know. I'm excited to kind of have it off, but normally we don't do much because one, I don't like to be out and about on the roads for New Year's Eve. And, again, just like Christmas, the kids are older. When they were really young, we used to go out and bang pots and pans and yell Happy New Year's at 12. And I'd get the kids sparkling cider, which Cameron especially really liked because he'd use a champagne flute. And, I have a couple of pictures of him on New Year's Eve falling asleep with his like champagne flute in his hand and just cute, But now who knows? I mean, this is the year they might want to just be with their friends. I don't know.
I mean, it's true. 16 and 15, are they 16 and 15 now?
Yeah.
And so
no,
cuz he'll be 15.
Yeah.
Right.
God damn.
So
it goes so fast.
That's definitely a more of a friend, let's hang out and go out and kids will be stupid type of thing, right?
I'll be honest though, I am really excited for this year. I'm trying very hard to be optimistic. I mean, I know you and I have talked about it because we're the same age and we're literally in the upper 30s now. Like, we can't deny that 40 is there.
Right.
And for me,
I don't closer than 30.
Yeah. And I don't mind that I'm turning 40, but I definitely want to make the most of these years because this is not, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but this is literally not where I pictured myself.
Oh, no.
At 37.
Oh, no.
So I'm hoping 2018 is a really great year for me and the family and, the goals that I've set with my business and, with us hopefully getting a home this year. I mean, that's been on the table since I met Danilo. And it just seems so far away still, so...
And that might not be an age thing. That's just a Bay Area thing, dude. Yeah. I mean, it's like, did I ever think that I would be where I'm at 37? Absolutely not. I don't have a place where I can call home. I have my mom's home that's home. I have my dad's home that's home, but I don't have mine.
Right.
And so it's like, it's crazy. And it's a weird feeling.
So do you think that we can, like, count these goals as resolutions? Like, not necessarily something that we're going to switch or do, but to have certain goals throughout the year because I've always been a goal-oriented person.
Yeah, and I feel like that is a better thing for me because honestly, I feel like if I set resolutions for myself or for the year, I'm literally just setting myself up to fail because I don't care. That word doesn't mean anything to me.
Right.
But if I set it up as, this is where I want to be, this is the goal, you know what I mean? Almost like creating a vision board for myself, almost in that sense.
Well, because there's no repercussion, right? If you have a day off or you flub up, it's not a deal breaker. It's not, I want to quit smoking, but today I had a cigarette. Now I lost, and now I can't get it back. Right. Instead, it's like, by the end of the year, I'd like to not be smoking.
Right.
So if it takes you the year to get there,
right,
who gives, right?
Right. Like, I'm putting, I have little things that I do for myself where, okay, here's something. Because I'm terrible with money. I think we've actually spoken about that.
You've told me that, yeah.
I'm really, really bad.
I haven't really witnessed you be bad with money.
It's not that I'm irresponsible with money. It's not like that. But I don't know how to put it aside and how to put budgets for myself in different categories. And that's the thing where I don't get it. Right, and I've never been taught, and we've never really had an open forum growing up where we talk about money and what to do with it, this, and this. I kind of had to figure it out by myself. My sister and I discussed that, where she was like, politics and money were kind of off the table to talk about in our household. Like, we just don't talk about it.
Right.
And so she's like, that's why we have this mentality growing up is
the relationship with money,
right? We just don't discuss it, and it's like, okay. And so, so I have started. If I have all my money in one account, I don't know in my head, okay, this much goes to this much goes to this. I can't compartmentalize it with one lump sum. I have to literally take it out and put it in envelopes, and then that cannot be touched because it's put aside for this. Does that make sense?
It does. It makes total sense.
And
it's just
it's
a hard way to do it in 2018.
No, it's
right?
100% not the way that you're supposed to do things. But because my brain, stupid money mind works, I have to put it away because if I see it in one lump sum, my head, I'm like, well, that's free reign. I can just go and...
I've got money.
Right.
Danella
when
does
I
that
really
too.
don't. And so me putting it in envelopes or putting it in this drawer or putting it in this tub, that is okay, it's almost like different accounts for me.
Right, correct.
And I've had to start doing that for myself. And it's a very, very rudimentary way of looking at it, but this is my step into adulthood regarding money.
No, it makes perfect sense. I think everybody's mentality with money is completely different. I think we've talked about it a little bit on the show. Danilo and I's concept of money is very different. What I wish I had different, because I'm very good at looking at how much I've got and knowing how much we actually have. That is not something I've ever struggled with, but one thing I do have that's an insecurity with money is I always feel like I never have enough.
Right.
And I don't know where that actually stemmed from. I can guess it has to do with my mom being a single mom and we never had enough money. That being said, now I have to be careful with how we talk about money in front of the boys, especially because I don't want them to feel like money just grows on trees, but I also don't want them to grow up with the same mindset I have. Because I feel like thinking I'm never going to have enough has stopped me from being successful in a lot of different ways in my life. You know? Like my mom said at one point, you're scared of success. And to me, I think her version of success and mine is different. To me, success means I'm financially stable and I can afford a home and hopefully a vacation once a year. And anytime something crazy comes up with the boys, like a root canal or a broken leg, God forbid, it's not like oh shit.
Right.
Where are we going to find this money?
Right.
But that to me is what success means. And I think for other people it means different things.
Right.
So I would love to have that, but we didn't really talk about it much either. Just going based on what we had and what we didn't have.
Right.
So it's stressful.
Yeah. No, it 100% is. And it's like, unless you're taught that at an early age, how do you gain that confidence and that skill late in life?
Right.
Do you know what I
mean? And then finding someone that you're financially or compatible, I guess, with. Right?
And that's the hard thing for me, because I feel like that is something that's almost like a deal breaker. I feel like that's something that I cannot bring to the table. And so I feel almost, for lack of a better term, like damaged goods. Because it's like I don't have the skill to bring to the table. So anyone that I end up with, like, has to have some sort of management when it comes to finances, because I don't.
Well, yours may not be conventional or convenient for where we are day and age, but if it's working, then it's working. Mm-hmm. And I think one of the things that I try to stress with Danilo, because I know I've made him feel really stupid sometimes when I'm like, how do you think you have money? Every paycheck he gets, he has this mindset that he's just made of millions of dollars. And it's like, that's not millions of dollars. It's still just the same paycheck, and it's still just the amount that we need to get by. And it's frustrating as hell, but he's got to figure out what works, you know, and to say, well, he just doesn't look at it that way.
Right.
And we've had numerous conversations where we've talked about, okay, this is a credit card. I mean, we put our wedding on 2 credit cards, mm-hmm. both 0 APR, you know, no, meaning you're not paying any interest mm-hmm. for a certain amount of months. Mm-hmm. So what you do is you take that balance and you divide it by however many months you have 0% APR. And that's your minimum you're paying every month. You're not paying the minimum that is $25 or whatever, because then that premium will continue to stay there. Mm-hmm. And once that 0% APR is gone, it's normally pretty high. Mm-hmm. And then you've still got, you know, a couple grand in there.
Right.
So then you're SOL, because they're tacking that on to the whole amount because it wasn't paid off in the beginning. So your first, you know, interest on your credit card could be $1,000 itself. You know, but explaining that to him, I mean, I've had to explain that to him a few different times, just because he doesn't get it the way that I get it.
I mean, you explaining it right now makes a lot of sense, but that's not something that I would ever be able to say without someone teaching me first. You know, like that's not something that I just have in my knowledge. I don't.
No. And my mom, you know, she was very specific about credit cards and what they were. To me, I got my first one when I was 18, and it, you know, had $300 or $500 on it. And the way she described it to me is that it's a loan. Mm-hmm. It's a 30-day loan, mm-hmm. but you need to have that loan paid off, because if you don't, they're adding interest to it.
Right.
And it's that interest that you want to steer clear of paying, which I've done a really good job of getting by with that. But it doesn't change my mentality about money.
Right.
So, you know, it's all a work in progress.
Yeah. But that's definitely, you know, when we discuss resolutions or things that we want to better ourselves for the new year, that is definitely something that I want to work towards. Is I want to feel like I have a grasp on money, or that I just have some put away, and that I feel like I will be okay just in case.
Right.
You know, because I'm moving towards that.
Like I was going to say, you're right on track for that. So that's kind of inevitably going to happen for you.
Right. Right. But it's also like I am able to put this money away now, but you know, and have this money put aside, but in the long run, I know that is inevitably for some place to call home, somewhere where Chance and I can just be.
It's yours,
and he knows that this is my house.
So does that feel attainable for you?
I think so.
You know what? I do have to say, and I want to finish off in this. The last year was a really rough one for you.
It really was. And I have to say, Lauren recently took me out for my birthday, and we went and had happy hour. And I did not honestly realize how difficult 36 was for me until Lauren legit took the time and she said 36 was really hard for you. And I had to take her words in and kind of reflect and look back, and I was
that
like,
makes me feel sad. I'm sorry.
No, because I kind of needed it. You know, I'm reading this book, and I say reading, but I'm really listening to it in my car, and it's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I'm listening to it, and I just hit a part where it said, going through suffering and sadness, you cannot move forward in your life if you don't have that.
Right.
And it's like, you know, you don't want to shy away from that. You don't want to steer clear from it. You need to go through those things so that you become better and stronger for the future of what's to come.
Right.
And really, I'm really glad you said that to me, because it made me reflect on all the things that I don't ever want to experience again.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, it really just opened my eyes. Like, yo, I went through some major shit.
But I think very gracefully.
I went through it. It never altered who I was as a person.
Hey, you didn't live there.
I mean, it's like, I got through it. And now I'm doing this like mild reflection in my life where it's like, okay, I did that, I did that, I did that. I lived through that, and that. Done. I'm not going to ever. Now I know some of the signs of when bullshit's coming towards me. Great. I can avoid this, and we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was so good to have that reflection of like, yo, my God.
Well, and I think the reason I brought it up was because you had always kind of said, I'm getting older, and for you, age is more something you think about, that you don't really want to get older. And I've never really looked at it that way for myself.
I don't know if I would say that I would, I'm sorry to interrupt you, that I don't want to get older. My thing is I just want to get better. That's my thing. Right. I don't care that I'm 37. I don't care that people know that I'm 37. Like, someone on Facebook was like, people are saying your age all over the Facebook. You might want to like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care if people know, but I just want to make sure that I'm getting better with every year that comes. You know what I mean?
Well, and I wanted to also bring it up because I think that you handled every single obstacle. Granted, we've only been friends for a little over a year now. So I unfortunately and fortunately got to watch you handle the shit of the shit incredibly gracefully.
Thank you.
I mean, you really did. So, you know, here's to the new year. Here's to making amazing things happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And for me, out of all the crap, like, having you in my life this past year has been amazing, and I know this year will be no different.
Yes.
Don't forget about me when you're fucking famous.
Are you kidding me? You're going to be my take-along nanny. Come on.
That's sad that we talked about that. I'm going to sell skincare and watch your child.
It's
like,
fine.
That's 2018, baby. Cheers.
Cheers. That was such a sad aluminum cheers.
I know, because they're empty.
Dink. Hey, you can check us out individually on our websites, chelseabierce.com and lauren-kelly.com, to see all the super exciting things we're up to.
And make sure that you like, follow, and share. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter at It's Apparent Pod.
And if you wouldn't mind, please review us. We'd love that.
Yeah, make it count. We out.
Boom. Bye.